Oni ngokwa jana de no konte wote ke chao kwa lian monjato. Gengo lume. Gengo ka dono ka fiti fola nati. Naiti sinawa mono jala to fewa. Ove kuna fi kualongele poka tiko umprata no bochocho. Tonga presi holongo. Ndei no fusa. Tonga presi holongo. Okulio nanjato. Tonga presi holongo. Totenge tendena.
Gaslam, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm double fine.
Yeah.
Now, the country have lost one of the greatest gurus when we have to talk about the Namibian music, well known by the name of Nakale.
Yeah.
And you have shown a lot of emotions. I don't know how close were you with Nakale. Maybe can you just give me a brief, how did you meet with him, and then how close was he to you in his music? How did they touch you also as an artist?
Nakale, me and Nakale, we met a long time ago in Oshakati. It was him and his three brothers. And they used to sing around the streets, you know, just walking around Oshakati, and whoever have money you can give them, they start singing.
Yeah.
You know, and later on when he was signed to Malaiti, now and then we meet in Bintu, but then how we really became a bit close is when he gave me a call and said, no, I want to do a song with you, you know, whether it's on your album or my album, but I just want to have a song with you, of which we agreed. And then we went to studio, we recorded the Glow and Elbow. That time they were having a studio together. We recorded a very beautiful song that never came out because Nakale didn't ask permission from his label. So all of a sudden that song got lost. And then it was never released. Apparently the song just disappeared, which was weird. But he said, you know what, don't worry. I know what these people are doing, but I have to make a song with you. And then later on he left his label and he says, now I'm free now, we can work now.
Yeah.
So we did another song, which was for him on his album. I helped produce the song. Obviously, he also had his say in the production. So it was the three of us basically producing the song together. We both wrote our parts, and then from there, I could just see how real this guy is. This guy doesn't cut corners. He doesn't please you if he doesn't like you or whatever. He doesn't buy face. You know, he was just a real one.
Yeah.
Even in his music, whatever he sings about, it's not things that are of fantasy or whatever. It's just real situations what you find, which sometimes is an uncomfortable truth, but people don't want to hear. But things are happening. He sings about things that are happening. And then we connected, man, from there, because I also like, you know, his spirit, whether it's working spirit or just in terms of talking as artists and giving each other advice. I like that very much. So from there we're in touch now and then. And then when he got sick for the first time, I didn't even know. Max from NASCAM went to visit him. That Max is the one who told me, no, Nakale is in the hospital. And then he said, no, from all the artists, if there's anyone to see me like this in my condition, it's only Gaza. And then I gave him a call and I said, Nakale, I hear how worse your situation is. I would not want to see you in a situation like that. I will send you something to help yourself there in the hospital, but I will not come there. Let me know when you get out so I can visit you when you get out, when you feel better.
Yeah.
And he laughed about it. Okay, and then later he got out. We spoke once when he was in the village. And I didn't know he was sick again, that he's coming back to the hospital. And then just boom, I heard that he's passed on. That was a surprise for me because I thought he was getting better. Yeah.
How big is it in terms of the Namibian music? Because I remember the last time when I was having in your show, you were mentioning about that we need to find our own sound that is going to sell Namibia musically to the world. And the type of music he was doing was the type of music that you can't find it anywhere else in the world apart from Namibia. How is it a loss to the country in terms of the entertainment business? How big is it?
No, it's a big loss. You must remember that Nakale appealed a lot more to the marginalized communities.
Yeah.
And the marginalized communities, they make up the majority of the country. Let me say 60 to 70% of the country is marginalized communities. And that was his market. And, you know, he appeared to be funny to the youth, but his message was well received by the people of the marginalized community because of the language he's saying it and the style he's saying it. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we as Namibia, looking at the fan base, we have lost a lot.
Yeah.
And it's quite evident because of the majority of people that used to support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's quite a big loss. And by the way, when I was talking to Nakale all these years, I thought he was like 35, 25, because he could connect with everybody.
Yes.
Because the whole time when we were joking, I was like, it's probably my age mate, you know, the levels. But you get to see him with somebody who's more older than me, and he still connect.
Yeah. No, he was a different spirit, man, and really more and more, I just say, look, for me, I feel like us as artists, we are left in the desert.
Yeah.
The government doesn't really see us.
Yeah.
And we feel because of our talent, we have a responsibility to make the Namibian people happy and to make the economy tick, because you can't go to work without listening to music. You can't play radio without playing music.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're working in the field, you have a song or whatever it is that you're doing, you always have a song in your heart.
Yeah.
And sometimes us as musicians, we contribute to making you sing that song that maybe it's a song of hope that will make you carry on, or it's a song that will get you through tough times. But the tough times, when you go through, then you become, you prosper, and then you contribute not only to the country's GDP, but also just to the whole well-being of the country, whether it's a movement, whether it's culture, whether it's art, you know, in all aspects. Because we are the only industry that contributes to all the industries in the country. Whether you're an engineer or a doctor, there is a song you like. There's a song you listen to. You can't be a silent engineer. Even in church, music is there. As a pastor, you have a favorite song. Yeah. That is art. And I think our people are failing to see the importance of that. At the end of the day, we still have to pay tax because Nambra is coming after us. Yeah. But why are we paying tax? You know, if the infrastructure of the industry is not being paved from our tax money is going to elsewhere. Maybe our tax money is going to build roads while the artists don't even have a car. Maybe our tax money is going to drought relief when our artists don't even have a single goat or a chicken or a cow. You know, so we are paying tax, but our tax or the tax that we are paying is not serving the purpose. It's not serving a purpose for the industry. But because we have to, that's what we're doing. But what we are saying is just that if we are paying tax, if we are eligible for tax, and then the government is also eligible to make sure that our infrastructures are in place, so we can also thrive. And the more we thrive, the more tax we pay. You understand? And then if the industry infrastructure is on par, and then that money can go elsewhere to help the whole country grow. Because I mean, you know, it sounds. I don't want to use this to rant, but I'm just saying that more and more I feel like us as artists, we are on our own, and I just feel like in a moment like this, where we have lost one of our own, we should stand together, just like we did at Arafat, just like, you know, we did at Pablo. We should stand together and forget about our differences and just really support the families who are being supported by Nakale, for instance, and to support them with a little contribution we can. If we don't have money to contribute, you can just contribute a message of condolences. It will mean something to someone. It will touch somebody's heart, and they will feel better to go through this tough time because you said something as an artist. But we need to stand together and forget about our differences in moments like this.
Any final words that you want to leave us with? I know it's a very difficult time for those ones that have been close to him. we are feeling it too deep because we have lost whatever he was writing. I don't know whether he was writing, since he was telling the truth, I doubt, because he was telling us reality on how the system is on the ground. We have lost so much. Any final words that you want to tell the world? And then for those ones probably that have learned things from him, what must we do to keep his legacy?
What we can do to keep his legacy is just to preserve his music. We must preserve this music. It must be archived. It must be in the history of this industry, so that our children and our children's children can also, when they start to study about Namibian music, they must also include Nakale. They must not forget Nakale, because he played a major role. And I've said what I've said because, I'm in this situation now whereby it's painful at the same time, and I feel like I want people to hear and to recognize us as an industry, so that people just don't look at us like just local artists. These guys are just drunkards and they're just smoking weed or whatever. But we do have a brain in our heads, and that brain is contributing a lot to the well-being of the whole nation. And Namibian people must start to recognize that we've been fighting to build an industry. We have inherited this industry from the Jackson Kauyewas, and they fought until where they left off. Now we are taking it forward, and the future generations are also going to fight to take it forward until everything is really in place. You understand? So, but it's not a good thing to see Nakale's passing in the situation that he was, Arafat's passing in the situation that he was. Because most of these situations are created by frustrations, and that's why the depression comes in, because God has given you a gift and you don't know what else to do. You went to school, but you are not interested in the other stuff. Your gift is calling, and you contribute whatever your calling is telling you to contribute. But we cannot let it die, because there's more children that are going to be born with this gift. They need to be looked after. We need to look after them, and if we are not going to fight now to put this, to structure this industry, we are going to lose more and more talent, and most of our talent is going to be in the graveyards, and then we are going to continue to listen to American music and South African music, and it will seem like we don't have our own music. And later on, the same Namibian people are going to say, no, we don't have talent here in Namibia. Our artists are weak, or we don't even have artists. But when we are trying, we get little to no support. Yeah. For me, those are my final words. I'm just saying we are here now. How do we take it forward?